up? How are we doing? Thanks so much for joining me in today's video. We're talking all about newest releases by Tilbury. So she released an instant look in a palette. I picked up the shade medium deep. I also picked up one of her re-release lipsticks, and I have the other ones to show you on my lips. So we're gonna do tons of comparison swatches, her bronzers. We're gonna talk it all, you guys. So, if this is your first time around here, I'm Gigi. I am a registered nurse obsessed with skincare, beauty, and makeup. In here, we do a lot of unboxing, reviews, first impressions. So if that's the content that you enjoy, go ahead and click on the red button that says subscribe. And also go to my Instagram, because over there, I keep you posted on new makeup sales, releases, everything like that. So let's just go ahead and get started. Over to you guys. So let's begin, and let's start off with her collection and what she dropped. So she's giving it two palettes. She's released a lighter version of this palette, and then she released this one, which is her glowing beauty, her medium to deep palette. So we have two of these beautiful palettes by her. We also have 4 re-release lipsticks. So these lipsticks were released last year, and they were part of her wedding collection, I believe it was called. So I already have 2 of those to show you. So I'm gonna swatch them on my lips and I'll show them to you. So I already have Wedding Bells and First Kiss. So those I'll show you at the end of the video. And lastly, she released her stains, her tinted stains. These I already reviewed, so if you're interested in, you know, my first impressions on this product, I'll link that video above. But I'm gonna say already, I do not like this product and I do not recommend. This is a lip and cheek stain, but this, I don't know, it's just a little bit messy. On your cheeks, it just picks up your foundation. It's just very like sticky. For the life of me, I could not make this guy work. And as the lip stain, I didn't love it as well. It was just too drying. It didn't last, you know, as much as I wanted it to, maybe a good 2 hours, and that was it. So it was just not a good product for me. If I were you, I would steer away from it. But yeah, so she released those stains, the palettes, and the lipsticks. So let's begin with her palettes. So she released 2 of them, as mentioned. One that is called Pretty Blush Beauty, and that one is that one right there. It looks really beautiful, but it's meant for, you know, just fair, light complexions. And then the one that I picked up is for medium deep. This palette retails for $95. 7-shade bronze gold makeup palette to beautify your eyes, cheeks, and complexion. Create a fresh, effortless 5-minute look of love with new instant look in love in a palette in glowing beauty. This easy-to-use bronze gold makeup palette is the secret to glowing eyes, rosy love floss cheeks, and a smooth airbrush flawless looking complexion. So this palette is very, very interesting, you guys. This is what it looks like. So it came with a sticker that you just peel off, and this is the compact. It is absolutely stunning. It is really breathtaking. I have to say that this is very weighty. I have another of her palettes like this one, but this one is weighty. It is quite weighty, so I do appreciate a weighty, you know, luxury item. It comes with a bronzer, which is this one right here. It is her beautiful airbrush bronzer formula, and this is called medium deep. She's calling it medium deep, so I think it's a between her medium and her tan bronzer. Then we have this shade right here, which is her formulation of her airbrush setting powder, which is amazing, you guys. I mean, I am very excited that this palette has that, you know, this setting powder, because this is truly a complete on-the-go kind of palette. Then you get a blush, a highlighter, and then you get 3 shades at top, you know, for your eyes. You can, you know, work with every single thing in here to create a full face of makeup, and that's exactly what we have here. I'm gonna show you how I achieved this look, obviously, and then we'll compare with tons of things from her line that I already own. Moving on to the lipsticks, this is the packaging on this lipstick, and I have to say that I don't know if she was meant to release these ones like when Valentine's or something, because her whole theme, it looks like, you know, hearts and like Valentine's and like little wings with hearts. something like that. So I think that's where she was going, but it just never happened. This is the bullet of the lipstick that I picked up. I really wanted this bullet. I hope that she keeps them going, you know, with this new packaging, because it's just absolutely stunning. I picked up the shade Miss Kisses, which is the only one that I didn't have from her re-release items in the Matte Revolution formula. She's re-releasing 3 of her Matte Revolution and then 1 nude. So that's the nude that I don't have and I don't want to have, because I just don't love her teasing formula. I love her Matte Revolution. So I do have the other 2 shades which were re-releases from her line. I have Wedding Bells and First Love. So that video I'm gonna pop up there if you're interested to see how they look, my first impressions on these 2. And I also did a lot of comparisons within her line, so just in case you're curious, you know, what these look like against other of her lippies, because I'm not gonna do that in this video. This is already very lengthy. So that's that for the items that I picked up from this collection. Now we're gonna jump into the application portion of the palette and the lipsticks, and then I'll come back for a final thought. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I have my face. I only set my under eyes because I didn't want them to crease, so I did use her medium palette. I didn't set the rest of my face, so I do wanna do that. I'm gonna take her shading 7, and wait, let me take a bigger brush. So this one by Sonia fits okay in here, so I'm just gonna set my makeup. And this is a good shade for me. I think it looks like the shade medium, but we'll find out if that's what it is after we swatch them beside each other. So my face is all set and good to go. This powder is beautiful. It is really filtery. I really like it. It's not my holy grail. I have other powders that I like more than this one, but this one does the job. So now let's go ahead and use her bronzer, which is her airbrush bronzer. I don't know if we have a shade for this guy. Let me double check. In the description of the palette, it says that this shade is a medium deep, and she doesn't have a medium deep in her range. She has medium, she has tan, and then she has deep. So I don't know if this is a new color, but this looks very nice. As you can see, it is a very pigmented, you know, like one swipe kind of situation. So this is nice. Alright, so far so good. This is looking pretty. I love her formula. It's really like her bronzer formula is amazing. It's so blurring and perfecting, very filtery, and this tone of bronzer is much deeper than medium, I can tell you already. So it's gonna be similar to her tan, I'm pretty sure. There was some powder from this one in my blush. So let's go on to the shade, which is Cheek Pop, and I'm gonna take it on a Sonia, and you can see that it fits pretty okay in here, not much trouble. Ooh, it is pigmented. And this is one of her pop formula, which is Glowy. So this color is beautiful for my complexion. Chinel's complexion products. I'm not surprised at all. This looks stunning. And I just might have gone a little overboard, but this blush is just so cute. Wow, I kind of love it. Okay, let me go back with this brush just a little bit. Now I am going to take the highlighter, which this brush is perfect. Sonia Mini Chick, it just fits right there. It's a little bit of a natural highlighter. I was expecting something more pigmented, but just very natural. Let me do this side so you can see better with the lighting. It is pretty, but very, very natural. I feel like I'm putting on a ton, which I don't want to. So I am gonna take my fan brush, which is gonna pick up and it's gonna be very precise. Okay, that shows up better. All right, looking good, very glowy. So I'm gonna apply a little bit of her setting spray. All right, so now let's go ahead and use the shadows. I'm gonna be using this one in my outer corner, this one and mostly on my lid, and then this one in the center. I'm just gonna play with the 3 shades that she has in here, and then I'll let you know what I think of the formulation, and we talk pigment and everything like that. Alright friends, and I'm back, and I finished off with some brown liner as usual, in my waterline, mascara, and yeah, a wing liner with some brown shadow. And this looks so pretty in person. The glittery shade is beautiful. So let's go ahead and apply Miss Kisses, which is this one. I don't want to apply any, you know, lip liner, so you can truly see the color, and then if I need to, then I'll go ahead and do that. Alright friends, so now let's dive into comparisons. Let's talk the palette and let's talk final thoughts. I do have this one by her, which was limited edition, and I don't think I'll compare anything in here because all these shades are very different as what we see in this newer palette. And then I have this one, which is her instant looking. It's also called Glowing Beauty, which I reviewed this a long time ago. I can link my video if you're interested, but I am interested to, you know, do some swatches and comparing all the shades pretty much. So let's begin with the palette. So I am going to swatch first the bronzer, this one here. And then beside that, I want to swatch her medium bronzer. So So that's her medium bronzer. As I told you, it is lighter than the shade, but here is 10. I have it in as a refillable. So she's right. It is not the same color. 10 looks a little bit more neutral, not as reddish as the one in the palette. So I think that the one in the palette is a good in-between, truly an in-between shade from her medium and her 10. Just like a combo in there. It is very pigmented though. It will show up on, you know, like deeper complexions. Not sure deep, but tan to deep. And then this one is the bronzer in her palette, which you can see it is very, very light from this one. So those are the comparisons when it comes to the bronzer. Besides that, I did want to swatch the whole palette just here for you to see. So let's, again, that's the bronzer in the new palette. This is the blush. She's very pretty, and you can see very opaque, very pigmented one. So I will do, you can see how my fingers are just gliding. That highlighter is very, very natural. And then this is the medium shade. So this is the medium shade in that palette. I'm going to swatch it beside the medium in her airbrush compact. So I think, let me see. I think they're similar. I think they're pretty much the same. I don't know. I can't really tell much of a difference. If anything, this one is just a little bit more yellow, the one in the compact, than this one, just looking a little bit more neutral, which may be better for a lot of people. So these are those. So let's do I1. Very silky, very soft shade. Then this is not gonna show up like a ton. It doesn't have a ton of base in the pigment. I'm gonna do 3 so you can see. So you can see it doesn't have a ton of color to it, but it does have color. And then mostly you're left off with sparkles. A lot of sparkles, very beautiful. You get purple, you get some gold, you get some copper in there, you get few different glitter combinations, and then that's the deepest shade in the palette. And now let's do this guy. My problem with this palette was this highlighter, which is too light for me, and I don't think I have, I'm not gonna. So from this palette, I only want to swatch the shadows at top. So the eye smoke I want to do beside this one, which is the deepest shade from both. And this one in the older palette is just a little bit more brick red, more burgundy, and this is more brick red, the one in the new palette. And then the middle shade would have nothing like that, which is this one, but I'll swatch it for you. So that's that brown, but I do want to do a good swatch of number 1 beside this one. Okay, so this one is more metallic, more icy, and this is just so much more neutral and more flattering to medium complexions. I don't really like shades like this. To be honest, I haven't gotten much use out of this palette because I find the tones in here to be too icy, too, you know, just too icy, too grayish on me. Both the highlight and that eye color, I just don't like it. But I'll be honest, this is a really nice palette. Let me clean up my swatches. Alright, so let's talk about the palette. You know, the whole idea of the palette is that you have a full face under 5 minutes and it's so simple and easy. This is beautiful. This is really, really stunning. I feel like every single thing in here just worked. It just really worked for my complexion. I love it. But I'll be honest, I don't think this is gonna be for something that has deep complexion, deep, yeah, chocolate rich complexion, this is not gonna show up. The other products may, but not even the setting powder, because it's a medium deep. So I still feel like she's missing one palette. It would have been amazing that she did 3, but she didn't. So this really works for my complexion and for a little bit of a tanner complexion, but again, I don't feel like this is gonna be inclusive to everyone. Before, she's used to release just the palette, so I do appreciate her having 2 palettes for us. I do appreciate it a lot, because again, I didn't get much use out of this because it's just too light for me. The colors didn't, you know, suit me at all. All the shades in this palette really worked for her complexion. I think she really nailed it. She nailed the bronzer. I think that it was a beautiful in between her medium and her tan bronzer. Having that setting powder there is just a game changing in my opinion. I mean, this truly takes the whole thing, you know, like to a whole other level, because you have everything in here. I just did my base and my concealer, and that's it. So I am very, very impressed. The middle shade, I was surprised. I wasn't expecting this shadow to be only that sparkly kind of shade. I thought it was gonna be something similar to her 5 Rose Quad, but no, this is not what we're getting here. But the other 2 shades are very soft, very beautiful. I didn't wet my shadow for, you know, for this guy. It was just very pigmented as it was, so I didn't feel the need to. I wetted for the sparkle shade because I wanted everything to just be there, but I'll be honest, I have a 0 fallout. 0. And at the beginning, I didn't wet my brush. I went in with a, you know, just a dry brush, and I did this eye, and I have nothing at all on my under eyes. So I think this is impressive. I think that all these powders in here just worked beautifully to give me, yeah, just a complete easy makeup application. I am so impressed, you guys. I am truly impressed. So last but not least, the lippy. I mean, this color is just stunning. I just love her My Revolution formula, period. It is my favorite. I don't really like her kissing. I just feel like slipping slides everywhere, but this is amazing. I am going to show you the other 2 shades just in case you're curious and you wanted to pick one of them up and you're similar to my complexion. All right, concealer lips. Let's do First Dance first. This is a stunning shade. It is one of my go-to bright but not bright lip. I love it. Again, because it is her Matte Revolution, it really lasts well on your lips. It's just rich, beautiful, opaque. You so few swipes, no lip liner needed, nothing like that, you know, for the lazy people like I am. So this is perfection. Right, let's do Wedding Bells. And this is stunning. It is, you know, neutral, pinky, beautiful. It lasts a ton. It's just a beautiful color. I think this is gonna be one of her most selling ones. The Wedding Bells that I have, it was a limited edition, so no one got their hands on these ones, and I am so glad this specific shade is back, because I just find it to be very just wearable and just easy. If you wanted to see a video with these 2 other shades that she's released, I'm gonna link my video up there. In that video, I made tons of comparisons within her line, but I forgot to show you Amazing Amal, which is a very close color to this one that I tried first, which is First Dance. So I'm gonna show them side by side. So in case you have Amazing Amal, you don't need First Dance. So this one is a First Dance, and that's Amazing Amal. So Amazing Amal is just a little bit deeper, but not much. So that's that. And then I have Pillow Talk Medium, which I don't know if I showed you on that video, so I'm gonna do it here and then I'll show you Wedding Bells, which is the one that I have right now. Oh yeah, no, they're not similar at all, so that was useless. But anyhow, if you wanted to see that video, in that video I show you regular pillow talk and, you know, some other comparisons that may be helpful. So go ahead and check out that video if you're interested in the libbies. Alrighty friends, and that's all that I have for now. Remember that my links are always below in case you're interested in shopping the collection. It helps me and my channel to continue to bring you these goodies in a timely manner, and of course to give you my honest feedback on them. So let me know, what do you think of the palette? What do you think of the lipsticks? What do you think? Anything at all, just drop it below. Thanks so much you guys for your love and support. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.